All right, now let's take a look at the daily puzzle, tournament style. That means we're going to think about all the moves that we're going to play before we play them, except for some possible exceptions. So, checks, captures, piece contacts, board situation. So, magnetically, that queen in the center draws my eye. So, now black is threatening to play bishop takes knight, just so you know. But I was thinking this is another technique that I use that I don't mention enough. I guess it's called the what if technique. So sometimes you get ideas when you see like that pawn at f6 threatening g7. What if we could play queen to g5 without black taking our queen? Threatening to play queen to g7 checkmate on that king. Well, if black could not take the queen on g5, he's forced to play g6, right? You go, okay, now since he's not allowed to take our queen, we're not allowed to take his queen. So after he plays g6, we could play, well, what move could we play to threaten something big against black's position? Hopefully you saw queen to h6, threaten to checkmate him. So, seems pretty straightforward that he'd have to play queen takes f6 to stop the checkmate, right? Actually, it doesn't stop it, it just delays it. But, stops the immediate checkmate. Queen takes, knight takes, f6 check, and queen gets checked, placed, king h8, queen takes h7 mate. That's just a mating attack. So, the only way we could stop, the only way we could move our queen to g5 and have it not be taken is if the queen is deflected away from e5 to c7 or whatever. c7 is the safest square. So if we could deflect the queen to c7 or b8, what we can't do, that would be great. Or if we can block the f5 square right here, we can block this square so that we could put our queen here without being taken. We're going to checkmate this guy. We're going to take his queen and checkmate him, actually. So, do we have a piece that we can stick on f5? I believe I heard you guys say, yes, we do. We have rook to f5. I agree. If we play rook to f5, he's not going to play queen takes rook. And actually, he probably should. That'd be the only way to save his position, to be honest with you, to save any hope. But he's just not going to do that. So rook to here, pawn takes free rook, ha. Uh-oh, queen g5, and the rest is history, g6, queen h6, queen takes, knight, whatever. Okay, so you see the deal. This is the what if technique, because we spotted a problem here at g7. And with spotting of this problem, we reverse engineer the fact that we need a dummy, which would be an interference piece. So this is an interference sacrifice, which is pretty rare. You don't see these very often. So interference sacrifice, rook f5. Watch this. Brunch. I'm just going to play this little secret move we talked about. What if I play queen g5 and he can't take it? Queen g5 and he can't take it. Ah, that's interesting. I did not think he could run away. Luckily, my spidey senses are strong, and that doesn't help him. So he is annihilated. Queen takes check is forced. If we play pawn takes, he'll go king to g8, and although technically that does still win. Let me think for a second here. F takes g7 check. Yeah, he still has to go to the white square, which is cool. Because what happens there is that we play knight f6 check if he goes to either white square and we win his queen. But I still think check here, he goes there. No, actually, that pawn move is the right move. Check with the queen, he goes there. We can check him. Well, actually, we can check him. This is actually better. No, he's got queen, that jerk. Pawn takes pawn check, queen takes. Queen takes is the correct move because he has, this is where we had to figure out his defensive move of pawn takes pawn allows this. See, now we play knight to d6 check, but he can't take it because the queen is pinned by the rook. So, adios muchacho. So this is a terrific example of the what if technique. What if we can make a move and he can't do anything about it? And turns out that move is a devastator. Queen to g5 is devastating. Wouldn't you agree? So once we figured out that he could do that, then, g6 is the better move, I guess. I think queen takes g7 was kind of obvious. Maybe it isn't, but tomato, tomato, it doesn't really matter. It's just that there's no way for lower ranked players to come up with this idea of rook to f5 without playing the what if game either directly or indirectly. And I say indirectly, anyone who plays rook to f5 is going to at some point imagine their queen going to g5, threatening checkmate. Now, most players don't refer to this as what if. I do. It's not taught in any books that I've read, and I've read a lot of chess books. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. The what if technique is one of my killer techniques, just like the can we withstand, the opponent's assault and some of the other techniques that I talk about. But the what if technique is a killer. So hopefully this helped you out. Please like my video, subscribe. You'll get more of these killer videos. Tell your friends so they can appreciate this, but don't tell your enemies because they'll use this against you. You guys know what to do. I'll talk to you later.